Okay. Hi. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
We're,
Hello.
we're recorded this morning because, well, it is,
As life would have it, the
yes, yeah. It's one of those days,
Wi-Fi gods are against us.
and that happens sometimes. So this
Mm-hmm.
is what we do. We pivot and we accommodate,
Improvise. Oh.
improvise. What, Kitty?
Oh, shoot. My chair. I feel like a Smurf. Um, it's like, oh, where did that go? Anyways, it looks better. The lighting looks better from this height. Lighting.
Oh, nice.
See, I had a good sleep. Not the bags under my eyes are not so bad. I was to
I
bed
had a pretty good sleep,
early.
but mine are still there. So actually, it's only got up about a half hour ago. No.
Oh no, I like the cat had me up at 6, and
Oh, well, that's okay.
that's how we roll today.
Why we close the door so the animals
Oh
don't come
no,
in.
no, they would be like this all night long,
Oh yeah, yeah, no.
and the dog would never have it. So, anyways,
Oh,
someday when we don't have animals,
we'd probably be missing them.
yes,
And
yes, we may not return to another cat, but probably a dog.
see, that's the thing. I might go to another cat, but I probably won't go to a dog. I don't know. It's
Cat
hard to
doesn't.
say.
The
Never
cat
say
doesn't
never.
sit beside you at the fire.
Yeah, we don't have regular fires, so all I have is enough dog hair every time I sweep up
Oh,
to
I
make
know.
another dog.
Yeah, you'd have to get a hairless, not a hairless dog,
Yeah,
but
one of those doodles or something.
doodles.
Yeah, what do they call them?
Those crazy
I
doodles.
even suggested to my husband, I said, maybe a smaller dog. And he looks at me and goes, no. I said, no, not a small dog,
What do you
but like
mean?
at least one that'll come to my knee.
I could
Not like,
absolutely see it. I could see Guy with the little pup with the dog on his lap driving his car. If Wendy won't go, you'll come. You
yeah.
know, like, of course, it'll be everywhere. We'll have
And our
no.
dogs, we can't even fit them in our cars right now. So,
Well, you don't want them in the cars.
and yet there's hair all over our cars. So I don't know what
Oh, I
happened.
love
It's
it. I
us
love it.
staying
I
it
love it.
in.
Okay, so today we were talking about
Oh.
grapes. Grapes, yeah. And we
Great.
were trying to talk about things that are in season, so it's
Yeah.
great, right? Like
Mm.
it's wine season. It's not yet, but
No.
it's close. And then with all this frost, it'll soon be ice wine season.
Does wine have a season? I don't know.
Yes, it
Never. It does?
yes. Well, it's harvest. It's
Well,
almost
I know it's
harvest
harvest, but
season.
it's not wine at that point.
And
When
then
does
they're
it
and
hit?
they're pressing and they're mixing and pressing and preparing and fermenting and doing all that. And usually the Beaujolais will come out in a couple of weeks, and which is more of the lighter, fresher wine. Um, Anyways, the Beaujolais. I was trying to think of the name. It's a white label. It's got flowers. The Beaujolais, and then then it begins, right? And the wine tours are great right now because all the grapes are there. It's that fall season. The leaves are starting to change. So in the next couple of months, if you're wanting to get away, certainly head down to Niagara and go
Mm.
for a wine tour. Like our friend who is hiding out somewhere on a little vacay, a little date getaway,
Oh, I know. I'm so
and
jealous.
doing whiskey tour. Who would never have invited us?
Never even invited us. Damn.
Never even
What?
invited us to a
Like,
whiskey
really?
tour.
Why would she rather go with her husband as opposed to us? Like, and she's in this like beautiful estate, shows us this room that she's in that's
Right?
probably bigger than my living room. And it's just, oh, gorgeous. Oh, no, seriously, though, very happy for her to be able to get away. And
It's super
it looks
nice.
like it's a working trip, though, because she said something about starting school at the
Well,
same
she starts university this week,
time. Hmm.
and it's of course all the university courses are online, and so she was sitting there with her little
Computer.
workstation
Yeah.
and computer with no whiskey in front of her at that point, and then she brought their whatever that's called, their sample, their
Whiskey tasting.
yeah. So that was kind of cool.
That'd be interesting, actually.
Hmm.
I've only
So
just,
yeah,
yeah,
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
No, it's only
I
what?
was just gonna say, I've just sort of just reintroduced myself to some really cool whiskeys in the last little while. Haven't drinking whiskey, but I didn't have an appreciation for it back in the Colson days for the people
It's
in
like
Sudbury that knows those
yes.
days. But
It's
now
like,
I'm actually having an appreciation for it and noticing the different nuances and interesting
ooh,
things about it.
nuances.
Try not to drink too much because it can be quite potent,
Hot,
especially
hot
in
flashy.
older
The
years. But
yes, I find that as well, that the you acquire new tastes like fruitcake. It's you can it's really desirable in the older
that's
ages.
so random. Fruitcake.
Well, I never liked fruitcake as a kid. I can eat it now. I never liked whiskey as a kid, but I like it now. You know, there's a, can you see the parallel?
No,
Anyways, yes, so I had
nobody
some,
likes fruitcake. What are you talking about?
I like fruitcake. Okay, so the whiskey
Oh,
is nice. I don't like the apple crown, that's for sure. And Crown Royal has been the ones that I've been tasting on the weekend. And we had the Northern Harvest Crown Royal, which is still one of the first releases. So I was just really sipping it. And but yeah, there's so many different flavors, so many new varieties and flavors
mhm.
and ages. And so definitely like a good scotch, there's many different types of whiskeys as well. So I love that kind of stuff. But
Back to
we're not
grapes.
here to talk about whiskey.
I was thinking that's a pretty good segue. We just sort of flipped all the way through there and
Oh, we're
talking
talking
whiskey
about
now.
we're talking about grapes.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, even when you're looking at grapes or even wine, let's say, certainly if you find that you wish to have a glass of wine, then be sure to find the best
Oh, yeah.
and the most flavorful and organic,
Yeah.
or make sure it's sulfite free,
Hmm.
because
Street
it,
people that get that red face as soon as you
oh,
have one glass, that's
that's
that
that's
histamine
me.
reaction that you're having with it.
Yeah. I know down in the States they have the dry wine, which is more of a organic sort of, it's called dry wine. It's an organic type of uh, no sulfite type of
Oh,
wine, and it has less allergens to it as well. So that's just what it's, the brand is called. So
oh, nice.
anyways, so grapes today. So grapes, we were talking about the different variety of grapes, and the grapes that you normally get in the grocery stores are just laced in fungicide and herbicide and pesticides and that preservative to keep it fresh during transportation, which is the only way we can get them because we live in up
North
here.
Ontario. Yeah.
So people like yourself who grow grapes are just coming into season, is that correct?
Yeah, the frost is and the early cool nights and stuff like that are really making them turn purple right now. Well, my
Nice.
purple grapes,
And you
obviously,
have
but
you
they're
have
bringing.
Concord grapes then?
To be honest with you, I'm not 100% sure. My first vine was from an Italian friend of ours, and then the second there's a variety. I have a
A
variety.
variety of
There's
them.
about two.
Cool.
It's I have like six vines. I think three are green and three are purple. So,
Oh,
but I'm not
very
quite sure.
nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah, the Concord are the ones that normally make jam or jelly and things like that. And then the different other types of grapes
Oh,
can be for different things, right? Different flavors and sweetnesses and sours and stuff like that. Certainly not the ones at the grocery store, but if that's all you have, that's all you have. You just make sure that you soak them well and rinse them well and wash them accordingly to pick
and
out all
try
the
to buy
spiders.
organic when you can, because that'll give
Exactly.
you the opportunity not to have to worry.
Well, I would think the farmers market would probably have a few different grapes coming up as well, and you may be able to find them at the grocery store soon. But yeah, we were talking about we should look at the health benefits and things like that.
Yeah.
So today, just quick little research on healthline.com is one of the places I like
Yes,
searching
that's one of the ones
for.
actually I end up going to quite a
Yeah, it's
bit.
just a really great thing. So they, of course, doesn't matter whether it's seeded or seedless. They grow all over the world, and they're high nutrient, high antioxidant content. Sorry. So of course, it's packed with nutrients, especially vitamin C and vitamin K, which is really important. They are high antioxidants and may prevent chronic diseases. So they help with oxidative stress. They help with staving off diabetes, maybe heart disease, and keeping that free radical damage down. The plant compounds may protect against certain cancers, and you can read about this at the healthline.com/nutrients/benefits of grapes. And it shows that, even the color and the phytonutrients in there, the phytophenols, the I cannot pronounce words this morning, sorry. The resveratrol, the quercetin, the anthocyanins again, and the catechins.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's really great. Helps with colon cancer, helps with breast cancer, all these different things when you're looking at the different studies that they have done. And all of that is linked here in this article.
Actually, just to add a little bit, having done the holistic nutrition course, one of the things that holistic cancer practitioner course.
Yep.
One of the things that did come up to quite a bit within my research and through a lot of holistic protocols was this resveratrol, which makes the grape purple. It's that color of the grape. It's in the skin of the grape, not even just the flesh. But that resveratrol is one of those major things that can be quite good for many things, including lowering blood pressure, a lot of really wonderful cancer properties, as well as high in antioxidants, and really good for a lot of things. But you can also find that in red wine. So I know there's a lot of, when people go researching stuff like that and they go, okay, so what is red wine good? Is red wine bad? Is this good? Is this bad? You never know quite sure. So when you're looking at stuff like this and you think, oh, wow, red wine is good because it's got the red colors, the red resveratrol that's in there and everything else, we're not talking like 6 bottles. We're talking like maybe 6 ounces a day kind of thing to have that bonus. But again, looking towards more your organic wines and the low sulfate wines and things like that that are going to be really good for you. But yeah, it's that resveratrol that's really wonderful, and you can actually get that in, I think I'm saying it right anyways, you can get it in supplement form. But I mean, for somebody like me who has tons and tons of grapes in the backyard, you can take it and juice it yourself, and that would be amazing. But also keep the pulp, because that's where that wonderful stuff is in. And instead of making it into jelly or something like that because you're adding sugar, try to figure out some other way to be able to incorporate it into I can't even think of anything off the top of my head, to be honest with you at the moment.
Well, you can freeze them and make slushies.
Yeah.
And you can freeze them and put them into your smoothies. Or you can make a compote with them or boil them down, things like that. But so even 1 cup, when you're talking, and yes, it's the quantity, not it's the quantity that kills, right? So you don't want the bottle a night, it's a glass a night. It has very much stress relieving, calms the nerves, and provides that sort of nutritional component when you're doing it in low quantities. So the 1 cup of grapes has 288 milligrams of potassium normally. So it helps with high blood pressure, heart disease, and stroke, and may actually even calm the body for rest as well. May decrease blood sugar levels. So there's always that concern with blood sugars, right? And people with diabetes, but grapes have a low glycemic index of 53. So it doesn't raise that blood sugar in the same manner. A lot of fruit don't raise the blood sugar that way. It's more the processed sugars and the processed food that cause a huge problem. So looking at that, they still have that great component to sit and eat grapes, especially when you're managing your blood sugars, right? They have several compounds that benefit eye health, which is super amazing. Against some eye diseases. So of course, retinal function helps with that. And these are red grapes, not so much. You don't see the same health benefits in green grapes, right? Can help with macular degeneration and common eye diseases. And I think this has to do a lot with this lutein and zeaxanthin in it. Zeaxanthin, yeah. that helps protect the eye against blue light damage. But again, you're talking about free radical damage, right? And oxidation of the body. And these are really high antioxidant foods. So, and these are things for long term. So always keep grapes around. They do smell great, especially when you just take them off the vine like you will at home and have them sitting on the counter, and just that beautiful smell,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. It's a wonderful thing.
It is.
It's
It
fun.
may help improve memory, attention, and mood. So in this study, um, they did 250 milligram of a grape supplement, and they scored better on a cognitive test out in this study here, and it quotes that study. The juice, grape juice, helps speed memory, and the resveratrol again helps improve learning, memory, mood when taken for over 4 weeks. So if you've got grapes, have a cup a day. See how you feel after a week. Incorporate these things just to help feel better. The bowels will move better, and the probably a bit more of a skip to your step with all of these antioxidants as well.
Guaranteed. And I mean, this is why we, can bring it back to why we take the Juice Plus product, because it's that
Mm-hmm.
whole food product that's all put into one convenient little capsule anyways.
Mm-hmm.
But we're
Mm-hmm.
not talking about that today so much, but
No.
that's
Yeah,
kind
yeah,
of like a
exactly.
segue of the whole food.
So grapes contain many nutrients and many minerals as well. So calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, and vitamin K, right, which are all very effective for growing bones and building bone density, which is great, especially as we age. This is and in menopause, these are different factors that play a huge role in our aging. So we age well.
Hmm.
Right? There is beneficial bacteria. The vitamin C help protect against bacteria, viruses, and yeast infections. And that's why it's so important to always wash well if you're
Yeah.
buying them from the store, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Almost
And number
everything.
10, oh, sorry, they slow down aging and promote longevity. They may prevent chronic diseases by decreasing inflammation. They are delicious and versatile, and incorporating into a healthy diet, like you can freeze grapes for a cool treat. You can eat grapes plain. You can chop them into salads, into fruit salad. You can make grape smoothies. And of course, grapes on your charcuterie boards. Don't leave home without it.
Not only look pretty.
Not only look good, but taste good.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's so many benefits. So what he says here in the medical medium and in his book, Life Changing Foods, grapes should not be misunderstood as being too high in carbs, sugars, or calories. It's just the opposite. They're a first-rate fruit promoting wellness at the highest level. They're less sweet than we think. They're defined by tartness, which is a medicinal quality. The sourness indicates a presence of phytochemicals critical for kidney function.
Mhm.
And if you've ever heard that the elevated creatine levels, this means your kidneys have become compromised and in their ability to remove and excrete waste product from the bloodstream. So grapes are an ultimate kidney tonic. Their phytochemicals bind onto the waste, and when the kidneys are having trouble filtering, it helps support that process. So it's a very good liver cleansing food as well. The phytochemicals are able to dislodge debris, from processed foods and byproducts that clog up the lobules in the liver. And again, these are all his theories, and just read the books, and you just never know what you'll kind of ream out of here. They're great for digestive enzymes, beautiful, powerful micronutrients, and help with parasites, mold, and other unproductive fungus from the intestinal tract. Great antioxidants, right? Which explains why grapes that are black, blue, or dark red give you the best power to help fight and prevent cancers. So they also help in expel sort of radiation damage from the body. So even
That's that
sitting here,
resveratrol that we were talking about. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Methionine, cysteine all work together with other anthocyanins to become a magnet to draw out toxins.
Okay, just stop there for a second.
Go.
Anthocyanins, we've been talking about that for a couple of days now. So I
Yeah.
just want to give you guys a little bit of idea of what an anthocyanin is, because it has that
Cyanin.
that word in it, cyanide, that kind of scares people. So anthocyanins are basically just a flavonoid, and which is that compound that really helps with antioxidant effects. And it is essentially just the compound in fruits and vegetables that give them that purple color. So let's see here. So anything with that's red, purple, blue
Mhm.
has a lot of anthocyanins in it, and really offer a lot of anti-inflammatory, antiviral, and anti-cancer properties. And you're going to find them in berries, red onions, kidney
Red
beans,
beets,
pomegranates, grapes, yeah, beets for sure,
red cabbage.
tomatoes, choke cherries, elderberries, tart cherries, all these different things. So they are really an amazing product that, because you're going to have different properties in different colored fruits and vegetables. And this is why we always kind
Mhm.
of say, eat the rainbow kind of thing. So definitely. Okay, go. That's what I
Oh,
just wanted.
that no, that's good. That's good. So many conditions that they help with, of course, because it's all about viral or it's all about antioxidant, right?
Hmm.
Um, can help with dizziness, those types of things. So let's talk about emotional support. So this is always fun, and I always find it very insightful to think and meditate on, right? So grapes help when you're feeling emotionally broken, lifting your spirits and encouraging the jovial, lighthearted outlook on life. They can prevent you from becoming wounded if you're ever falsely accused of a misdeed, or promote healing when you feel excluded in social situations. If you ever feel disappointed that you weren't chosen for a certain project or job, go out and buy some grapes. They help you forge ahead and create new opportunities. If you're someone who's reluctant about change, passing up opportunities and later regretting it, embrace the grape in your diet and feel transformation, that you're able to be braver and take advantage of the special moments life presents. Finally, offer grapes to friends and families members who seem to be aloof and drifted and complacent over time. This fruit can help alter their direction and improve their behavior. I love how he always has that offer fruit. And that's probably where the fruit basket comes from, right? That
Maybe. Yeah,
whole
that offering of kindness and yeah,
and joy, right?
joy.
That whole, if someone, you cannot but smile when there's a bowl of fresh fruit or something on the
I don't
table.
know. Sitting in front of,
Chocolate does the same thing for you?
sorry, huh?
Sitting in front of a bowl of chocolate does the same thing? No,
No, no. Well, yeah, maybe, but
maybe.
but sitting in front of a bowl of grapes, it kind of just reminds me of being a kid and just kind of playing and taking it and just popping it in your mouth and
Yep.
going, and just sitting there and
Yeah.
just popping them in. And I don't know, there's something childlike, and for me, anyways,
Yeah.
it just brings a really nice, joyful kind of situation with grapes, anyway.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
So, spiritual lesson in it. And this is how his books always run, anyway. So, if you're in, these are just Anthony Williams books.
Hmm.
So, spiritual lesson. When you feel isolated, living your life, when you feel isolated, living your life with little interaction or coping with shyness, and yet yearning for a sense of belonging with a group that accepts you, make grapes a part of your life. Remember, grapes are bunched together as each cluster grows on the vine, and little globes stay close to each other, connecting in both a physical and metaphysical level.
I love
Each
that.
I know, it's nice. Each grape adjusts to fit perfectly into place with those around. Focus on this wonder when you select and eat grapes. It will create a sacred intention, prepare you consciously and subconsciously, and find your people, and point you towards true home. So that's very interesting, because grapes are part of the communion of church, right? We have the grape juice or grape or wine, right, as part of our communion, of where we come together, and either at the table as a family, we come together, we have a prayer, there's forgiveness and thanksgiving, and that we are able to spend that time with God, and that grapes bring us together.
Yeah.
It's also really interesting how that was Jesus' first miracle, right? Because the wine brought people together and they ran out.
Yeah.
And so that was his first miracle, because the importance of bringing a community together, and how each of us uniquely become together, and support each other and grow together. So that same as a group, a cluster. And it's also that, that he is the vine and we are the fruit, alliteration as well in the Bible, where grapes are often used as a story, or as an alliteration,
Mhm.
right? And
Yeah.
how we grow in these things, and always tending to the soil, pruning back on the leaves, right? And how we prune back our own lives and we take care of these things produces a better fruit as well in
Yeah.
our lives. So it's always grapevines and grapes are a great um, parallel to our lives as
Can
well.
be, yeah,
It
for
can be
sure.
the tolling through heavy winters and times in our lives can produce beautiful fruit, right?
Hmm.
So we tend to overlook raisins. So he also says here, little tips. Don't overlook their humble status. They're just as powerful as goji berries. You
Oh
have to
yeah.
remember these have to be, because they still contain all the same stuff. But we're so used to just baking raisins, right? We don't get those organic, or we've self-dried them ourselves, because everything is so chemical laden or fertilize laden, right?
Yeah.
So, um,
Yeah, if you have a dehydrator, and oh, that's actually a good thing. I've been thinking
mhm.
about getting a dehydrator,
Yeah,
and
I
all
have
the grapes
one.
on the. I might as well just dehydrate them, make them
You can
raisins.
try them. Yeah, it'll take a while, so you may want to cut them in half, but or let them dehydrate naturally on the vine.
The
Like
birds get them
the
first.
birds get them. Yeah. So I have a President's Choice dehydrator that I
Oh, do
bought
you?
from my neighbor, and so yeah, it takes a little long. I have some mushrooms on there right now. So,
Oh, nice. Good for you.
but he has this recipe for fresh grape jelly. So in the food processor, he always talks about Concord grapes, some
Yeah.
raw honey, a squeeze of lemon, and always a squeeze of lemon and honey to extract those phytochemicals.
Okay.
And that helps with helping to prepare them, right? So, and also just organic grapes, just simply give them a gentle rinse, because there are natural biotics on the skin when you have organic or self-grown grapes, right?
Okay. Good to know. Good to know.
And so he also has a recipe here for a grape slushy. So 4 cups of frozen grapes and some coconut water, blend them together and you get a little slushy.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so good.
I think so. I think it's a very exciting, the things that he talks about and how the parallels are, and in even in faith study there are many comments or much understanding to grapes as well, right?
Yeah. Oh, most definitely. But I think also too, in any faith, you're going to have that kind of community gathering. I think human beings naturally are people that need to stay connected and people that need to stay close to in the community, and this is, I think, one of the things that one of the reasons why we even just started this little program is because of the social isolation and everything else, and we wanted to just stay connected
Right.
within our own community, as you know, as a natural way of just being, because
Right,
we
because
need
it's
to,
so
we're social animals
we're
basically.
very social, and with COVID everyone's been very isolated. So
Mhm.
if you're still feeling a bit isolated, go grab some grapes, right? Give them that
Definitely.
sense of, it's,
Yeah.
and make sure you have some grapes with the kids if you're home, doing home studies, to give that sense of, that little burst of natural sugars, the natural food, the antioxidants, and keeping those grapes close by. Maybe even take them to a local farmer that has, like, as part of your homeschool studies,
Oh
if you're a
yeah.
parent that has the opportunity to do that, then perhaps find an orchard
Hmm.
that may have grapes. Take a road trip, do a school trip, right? Or your own little family, because you can do that. Go pick apples. Go pick grapes. Not yet. I don't think many of them are ready yet. But
Yeah.
then same goes with pumpkin patch, right? Or with the squash. You
Mhm.
might be able to go to the farms and pick them up there, um, as well.
Yeah,
So.
I don't know about any places for grapes, but I mean, if you have a neighbor that is Italian, or
Mhm.
maybe I'm just stereotyping here because I'm not Italian and I have grapes, but if you know of somebody that has grapes that is more than more than willing to help you out, just give them a call and see.
Mhm.
They'd probably be more than happy for you to be able to get rid of some, because sometimes we have more than we can use, and just use that opportunity to show kids where some of this stuff comes from, especially kids that are in more of the city and urban kind of situation that don't have access to
Mhm.
farming communities, or um, people that do this kind of stuff regularly, because a lot of times you don't think, you just, okay, well, it comes from the grocery store and that's it, that's all you know. So definitely an opportunity to
Mhm.
look at different things for sure.
Absolutely.
And then throw
Absolutely.
some in their lunches when they go to school, or
Yeah.
if they're going to school.
If they're going to school. But I think so. I think they're great. I think it's a great, easy fruit to consider.
Mhm.
So what's going on this week. You're talking about gut health, and I
Yes.
am doing the 5-day hormone detox and talking about the hormone, Wise Divine Women Hormone Academy.
Hmm.
And then I'm on the road. I'm
Yeah,
on
you're going to be all
I'm in
over Southern Ontario.
Whitby. I'm in Whitby tomorrow, and then Belleville on Friday, on Thursday, and then back up to Sudbury here. And then next week I am off to the beautiful Muskoka area. So Barrie, I'm in Barrie.
You timed
Bracebridge,
that purposely just to go to the
maybe
Muskokas in the
in the
height of,
fall.
oh, lucky lady. Can
Maybe.
I go with you?
Sure you can. Absolutely. The yes, so I'm in yeah, a variety of different places there and then back again. So it'll be nice. It'll be nice.
Oh,
Soon it'll be Thanksgiving. So
oh yeah, it's going to be kind of up in actually a month.
a month.
A month,
Yeah.
yeah. Definitely ramping up towards detox that's going to be coming, or a whole foods cleanse that I have offering for people. We're going to be starting up, let's see, the 22nd of September, I believe. But it's one of those things that you can purchase and, kind of do whenever you want anyways. It's a 14-day cleanse that we have. um, well, actually it's 14, 15, 18 days. So we take about 4 days to really ramp up to stuff like that, to ramp up and get in the right mindset, start decreasing some sugars and some dairy and just getting, kind of used to the idea. Then we go full force for 7 days. And then 7 days after that, we come out of it and start reintroducing some foods. And all that time, we really kind of discover a new way of looking at our lives, trying to release some things in our lives that no longer serve us. Really looking at our gut health during this time too, because fall really connects very uh, significantly with release, and that sort of correlates very much with our gut. We should
Hmm.
actually talk about the connection with the different seasons this week maybe, and I can do some research about that. But there is like certain times of the year where you want to focus in on different things, and this time of year through traditional Chinese medicine, I believe it is that we look at the gut itself, the large intestines and a few different areas, but we really focus in on those areas to really prepare ourselves, and in essentially boosting our immune and getting ready for that fall, or sorry, getting ready for that long winter,
Hmm. Hmm.
metaphysically and physically. So it's a really amazing kind of connection that we can, we're talking about foods as well too, but we always want to wonder why are grapes coming into harvest this time of year? Why are apples this time of year? Why are pumpkins? And connecting that with the time of year that we have to really look for increasing our fiber, increasing our antioxidants, increasing the immune boosting properties, because we are going into that long winter where we have to really make sure that we well, historically have a little bit more weight on us, because times of famine might come, times of decreased food throughout the winter come. Not so much anymore during modern day, but we have to really still look at and see the connection with nature at this time of year,
Hmm.
in the northern hemisphere for sure. So these are things that I would really like to connect with and talk about further, maybe next week, and because we're going to continue with this week some different foods that are part of the harvest for Northern Ontario, or northern
Hmm.
hemisphere,
Hmm.
and see the connection of why it is and why we need to be taking in these foods in this time of year. So
Absolutely. Yeah.
okay, so that's great. I don't know if we haven't figured out what we're talking about tomorrow, but we will definitely, I'm just looking at my bookcase when I look over here. Um, and we'll pick another food. I know what else is coming into the gardens right now.
Um,
Potatoes? I don't
oh,
know.
potatoes. That would be amazing because
Yeah,
everyone gets a bad rap.
yeah, it does. And we can definitely talk about that at some
I
point. I
think
know we
so.
pulled out our potatoes a while ago, but we're still eating them, which is amazing. I'm not a big potato fan specifically, but I do
Oh, for sure. Well,
fresh
there's
out of the
all
garden and
the
can't
all the
resist
different
that.
cruciferous vegetables. We
Mhm.
can talk about celery, potatoes. There's
Oh,
onions, there's radishes, sweet potatoes. Beautiful. And we can talk about that. What's the difference between the potato and the sweet potato,
yeah,
right?
definitely.
And I really do think that the potato does get a bad rap. So,
Yes, it
sure.
can. I mean, and with anything in life that if is going to be a little bit more hard on the system or not that great for the system, you're just going to be in moderation. But I mean,
Hmm.
it's so much better than going for French fries or, and then understanding that perhaps it's maybe the stuff that you're putting on your potatoes that might be the issue more than the potato itself.
Hmm.
So different things that definitely we can look at for sure. Yay. I'm so excited.
Perfect.
So you
Yes.
drive safe within
Thank you.
your journeys. We will still connect. At some point during the day and get our videos out because we love you guys.
Yes. I love it. I love it.
Okay, take care,
You guys have a
everybody.
great day. Thank you so much and enjoy your day today. We'll talk soon.
Take care.